Okay, it's a D-shaped E, not a D-shaped F. So we've got E-shaped D, D-shaped D, and from the D we go back to a C shape. Okay. The bass string here is the third of the key of E, which is G sharp. Now, so again, we want to get to the good chart in a little while, but for now we have to kind of work up to that. We have to work up to it. All right, well, let's close the viewing field down a little bit here. Trying to get this aligned here. Okay. So we have this S3L here, we have this S2L. And these guys are put together. You put these guys together. In the S3L, you just take this one. In the S2L, you take this one. And you put these guys together down here, and you make this pattern stack. You can forget about the 4th and 7th right now. We're going to keep it easy because we already have the pattern stack, right? And I can tell you right now that your caged chords that people talk about, caged chords. Now, caged chords start down here. Key of cage starts down here. Okay? C, A, with the capo with your guitar, regular tune guitar, it would be C, A, G, E, and D. Alright? But what you do is, if you don't want to do those 5 different keys, the key of C, that is the key of C, the key of A, the key of G, okay, the key of E, and the key of D. But when you move those up, let's just take a look at the C chord, okay, and then take a look at the what's the closest. The next one up is the A with cage, C-A, right? Okay. So, here's your C. Take a look at the A chord here. Here's the A chord. This is key of A. But if you move that up, it becomes a C again. So, C, if you bar it and play an A shape up there, becomes a C again. It's like and then you go it's a little hard to do because I'd have to know which inversion it is, you know. It's a little difficult to do on piano because to find the actual A shape on the piano, the notes are going to be far apart. But it's similar to doing that. We'll cover that. I'll make a mental note to cover that. But anyway, you bring that A up 1, 2, 3, okay, and it becomes a C. You can just do it with 1 string, okay. Now the next one up is the G shape. So if you do a G shape C, G shape, or off of that A, you get the G shape C. Okay. Now let's just stop right there, and let's just look at, because my fingers are, Let's just look at that G pentatonic. It goes like this. Now that's a G-shaped C pentatonic. It is a C pentatonic in the shape of G. Now, what are the shapes in terms of our S2L here, the long and the short of it? This would be your S3S here. What are these shapes? The bottom part of the G goes from 6 to root, right? 6 to root. That's the top part of an S3L right there. 6 to root. And then we start a short stack. Okay, so we've done 6 to root. That's where G starts. Alright. The G shape starts because the G shape is associated with the 6th minor. Alright. Why is that? Well, I could give you one reason. Back down here, we're on the capo, which means this is where your guitar is tuned, right? If I play a G here, the E becomes the 6th of that G. So it makes sense that if I'm going to play a G-shaped C up here, okay, this note's going to still going to be the 6th of the root. From the pattern chart, the S2L starts on a 6 on its top string. It's just a 2-string pattern, so we start from the 6th there. Alright, so the G shape, which is actually the right here, we start 6, 2, and then we go 2, 3, 5, 6, root 2. Then we warp over. We warp this 3, 5, 6, 2. We have another S2L right there. We're not going to go too fast this time. We have another 3, 5, 6, 2 there, which would normally after doing 2, 3, 5, 6, root 2, it would be over one fret. Okay? But since it's warped over, because of the tuning warp, it's straight on top of it. So that's how you play the G pentatonic. Alright, so why did I explain that? Because that's where the S3L, and then once we add the 7 and the 4 to it, we can get the whole scale. We don't just have to play a pentatonic scale. We can do, you know what I'm saying? That kind of thing. Kind of ran out of fingers there. So that's good. That's very good. That's how and why you want to learn these two patterns here, the S3L and the S2L, and play them. And don't forget, it's so easy that the S2L goes right on top of it. Right, the S2L goes right on top of the S3L. So look at how the numbers are in sequence: 7, root 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, root. You know, in a major scale, right? You have a whole step. This is a whole step from string to string, because this is a fourth. All right, this is a major third. This is a minor third, and this is a whole step here. And then you get a half step. You know, a major scale goes like that: whole step, half step, whole step, whole step, whole step, half step. Okay, if it's in the key of E, it's root, whole step 2, root, whole step 3, half step to the 4th, whole step to the 5th.